Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. A lot happening today, including free tickets to the NASCAR Chicago Street Race at 7:10. We'll get you on the phones for that. But before we move forward today, we got to pour one out before we move on for a legend. I think everybody has seen this guy in a movie, no matter what age you are, no matter what movies you like, because he's just kind of had either character roles or lead roles that were so impactful in so many amazing movies over the last, well, really like 60 years. But I think he kind of was thriving in the 90s and 2000s as an older guy, which Donald Sutherland passed away at the age of 88. Pouring one out for him. Yeah, lived a good,
hate that.
Yeah, it's sad. A good long life, but it's very hard no matter what. And his son is Kiefer Sutherland, who also has an incredible track record of movies. And also just both those guys, the voice they had. Donald Sutherland's voice was just so powerful.
James, I know you haven't seen any of the movies he's in, but did you ever watch 16 and Pregnant?
The MTV show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kifa. I can't hear the word Kifa without thinking of that mom calling her boyfriend Kifa the whole time.
Now, that's not Kiefer Sutherland.
Kifa.
That's not Kiefer.
Stop saying Kifa.
Uh-huh.
Anywho.
By the way, I've seen that too, because I used to watch that too.
Okay.
Oh, so we're pouring one out for
Back on track.
Donald Sutherland. Now, the TV show MASH started, he was a movie MASH, and he played the lead role in that. He did not play in the TV show, but he was in that. He was in let's go more recent movies that you might know of. The Italian Job, Mark Wahlberg, remember that? He was.
Oh yeah.
He was
that.
No spoiler alert here, but he's the one that gets killed early on if they do the bank job.
You did spoil it.
But the movie goes
I
on.
didn't think that was necessary.
If you ever saw A Time to Kill with Matthew McConaughey, he gets
killed.
Okay. He was the drunk lawyer mentor of his, and his son Kiefer Sutherland was also in that as a racist. Kiefer was in there as a racist redneck in that movie.
Oh, Kiefer.
He was in Animal House. He was the professor in Animal House. He was hilarious in that. He had such a range.
He was in Pride and Prejudice. Mr. Bennett.
What's that movie?
Oh, I love that movie. I've described this on air before.
Yeah.
It's Keira Knightley's in it. She's like the star.
Yeah.
And she's like rebellious and free, and she doesn't want to be like, set up, because this is when you like set up the marriages and stuff like that. It's like old school. And then there's like this crabby guy, and she thinks that like he hates her, but he's actually like in love with her and just doesn't want to handle it. And they go back and forth, have this super tumultuous like friendship, relationship, and then he actually does something really, really sweet for her family, and she like runs into the countryside to find him. It's beautiful.
Does he sleep with her?
What?
Does Donald Sutherland sleep with her?
No, he's not even the guy.
Oh, who's he?
Also, is Mr. Bennett. He's a much older gentleman.
Oh. He still doesn't get any though.
It just sounds like a loser.
No, it's not a porno.
Oh. Well, it sounds like a nice romance. I thought somebody'd be getting laid. I don't know.
I have a MASH question since you brought up MASH earlier.
Yeah.
Did you say it started as a movie?
Yes, it was a movie.
First?
Yes. In 1970, and he played Hawkeye Pierce, who eventually went to Alan Alda in the TV show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Either.
I have a clip of it, but I mean, I don't know if it'll help out. Kind of help out.
What do you mean you have a clip of MASH already?
Yeah, I have a clip of the
It's
movie.
the only clip you brought up?
No, I have a couple clips because there was one movie that you're not mentioning, Kenzie. I thought off the top that you love. You love this movie series that he was in, but
Which one?
well, here he was in MASH.
I'm Hawkeye Pierce. I've seen you somewhere before. I don't know your name, stranger, but your face is familiar. Would you like to share a martini with me?
Because that's Hawkeye Pierce was always getting loaded.
That seems cool.
Oh, he was totally cool. He was in Animal House as the teacher, the hippie teacher who ended up sleeping with one of the students, which didn't probably age well now, did
Probably
it?
not.
That's bad.
It was a different time. We didn't know.
It was acceptable back then in the
We didn't
70s.
know.
But that's okay.
Okay. Don't write this down, but I find Milton probably as boring as you find Milton.
That's would be the teacher.
But that does not relieve you from your responsibility for this material.
And then he ends up sleeping with one of the students.
Oh, man. Well, again, different time.
Different time. But here's the movie that I think Kenzie is missing out on that would remember. Oh, here we go.
Happy Hunger Games. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
He's the president. I did forget about that.
Yeah, he was the president in the Hunger Games.
Oh, way different than his other character, Mr. Bennett.
Yeah, he could play anything.
I know. I forgot about him in the Hunger Games.
He was also in the movie JFK, which I don't know. Have you seen that movie, Kenzie?
Nope.
Oh, my God. Case, this is on your list.
Is it about the, John F. Kennedy?
John, good job there,
Thank you.
Kenzie. Good job.
Just want to clarify.
Yep, good job.
Is that the other JFK?
I'm just making sure.
And I want Case to see JFK, but man, you ain't ready. You're not ready for it.
What do you mean by that?
Because today you're doing Karate Kid at 8.
am.
He's reviewing movies that everybody has seen but him. And JFK, he has an 18-minute...
Spoiler alert, he gets assassinated.
No, believe it or not, he doesn't. But he's an undercover agent that has an 18-minute monologue in the movie. That's always in the movie.
JFK's an undercover agent?
No, Donald Sutherland is in the movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, so this is like a made-up story about JFK?
No, spoiler alert, JFK does get assassinated and killed in this movie.
That's what I was saying.
A bunch of times. Yeah.
He gets assassinated more than once?
Well, they do a lot of flashbacks, so you see it again and again and again. Yeah.
Okay,
Now-
so I was right. I wasn't talking about Donald Sutherland. I was talking about JFK.
Yeah. He dies. He's dead.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Okay, so in JFK, Donald Sutherland is a big monologue. Is that what you were saying?
He's only in the movie for 18 minutes, and he has a monologue where he
For
explains.
all 18?
Well, the movie's like 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, you would have a problem with it. Case would have a real problem with it. But you will believe that everything our government does is absolutely conspiracy-based. He sells you on the whole idea that no matter what we do, it's not right.
Oh, good. Preaching to the choir.
No,
I'm already there.
You're already there?
Yeah. No, that worked out nicely.
Oh, my God. He was tremendous.
So I've seen the Seinfeld episode that parodies JFK where Keith Hernandez spits on Newman back
Yeah.
to the left. Is there a Donald Sutherland character in the Seinfeld episode? Or am I going in totally blind when I eventually watch JFK?
Well,
I guess
not totally blind because he gets assassinated.
he doesn't. JFK does.
That's what I'm saying.
Donald
I
Sutherland
am
lives.
not talking about Donald Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland lives in JFK. Anyway, pour one out for Donald Sutherland. It's a shame, but amazing actor and left us a legacy we can all enjoy. Case will watch JFK at some point when I think he's mature enough to watch it. I don't want to ruin him. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101. You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin. Q101.
And Clash with Kenzie is sponsored by the Schaumburg Boomers.
Feel the boom.
For tickets, go to boomersbaseball.com. And the final one of the week for the NASCAR Chicago Street Race weekend, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow. Hard to believe. July 6th and 7th. Right downtown, they're already setting up. If you go down by Grant Park area, they're setting up the bandstands, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be less wet, most likely, and you also see the Black Keys, as well as the Chainsmokers, Keith Urban. It's going to be a party. Big party.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And Jay, you are competing against Kenzie for these tickets. Tell us something about yourself. Ahoy.
Ahoy, how you guys doing this morning?
Excellent.
My random fact is I drunkenly got the worst or the most useless Pokemon tattooed on my leg when I was 21.
Huh.
Which Pokemon would that be?
It's Magikarp.
Magic Harp.
It can only splash, and yeah, that's about it.
So why were you like, this is the one?
I made a joke with my buddy while we were out of town, and I was like, if you pay for it, I'll get it. And I was drunk, he was sober, and he said, yeah.
You know what's a bummer is that you've weaponized children being able to insult you. Like, to be able to look at you and go, that one's worthless, right?
I mean, I might as well just keep going with it. I got 2 others on my leg, too, to go, so.
Oh, my gosh.
How much?
You got to catch them all.
How much did it cost?
That, I believe it was like $60, but it was also in like some boo-foo place in Michigan. Like, you blink and the town's completely gone. You just miss it.
Case had a furrowed brow when you said boo-foo. You don't know what that means, do you?
I've never heard that word before.
Don't explain it, buddy. We can't say that on the radio. I'll explain the Case off the air. What boo-foo means.
It sounds racist.
It's not. It's
That's
not.
Thank goodness, because I was worried about that.
It's not racist. It's
All
very
right.
funny.
Let's play some trivia.
All right, first one to 5 wins. Listen carefully for those NASCAR tickets. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same to you. First one to 5 wins. Call heads or tails, Jay?
Heads.
It's tails. All right, here we go.
Oh, bad for him.
Kenzie, question number 1.
Yeah.
Cars was the first Pixar movie to be released on what post-DVD high-resolution technology?
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray is right. That was
Wow, that was a lot.
A lot to explain.
It was also the last VHS that Disney released.
Oh my goodness.
A little fun fact for you.
Give Case a point.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, Kenzie's got one. Back to Jay.
Was that like what? I think 15 years ago, Cars?
It was 2007.
14.
Or
Close.
2006, maybe. It's a great movie. Fantastic. Cars 2, not so much. Love Cars 1. That's a movie right there. That's what I should be reviewing.
I've only seen Cars 1.
Yeah, you're not missing anything with Cars 2.
Oh, that's too bad.
Why did you even see it? That was where Harper was born.
So I've seen kids' movies before the last 2 years.
You were a kid.
It doesn't matter.
Like, Case was pretty young when that came out.
Yeah, I was in the Target demo.
Again, why are you judging me?
Why were you there?
Because that movie is amazing.
You didn't even go here.
No, you heard the Rascal Flatts song. You said, I want to see this movie. Life is a Highway.
I also watched Saved by the Bell when I wasn't a kid either.
Well, no, that was age appropriate for you.
Hey, don't expose yourself here, Brian.
All right, let's move on. Let's move
I
on.
was 75 when that came out.
Jay, checking in. Let's see here. Question number 1 for you. How is Donald Duck related to Scrooge McDuck?
I believe that's his uncle.
That's his uncle. Donald's his nephew. There you go. Kenzie, what is the only branch of the U.S. military to share a name with a best-selling line of Nike sneakers?
Oh, Air Force Ones.
Air Force. Jay, what car company produces both the Forester and the Outback? 3.
Ford.
Ford is not right. Oh, boy. Kenzie?
Subaru.
Subaru. 3-1 now. So let's see. Kenzie's got Kenzie got next one. Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
Kenzie's got the lead, and it's back to her.
Kenzie, what was the original title, so the job title of the hosts on MTV?
Like all of them? Like that
All of them.
specific? Oh, VJs.
They were called VJs.
Yeah. I
Back
just
in-
know we were like honing in on a show. We missed it. Got it. VJs.
Yeah. See, we were DJs. They were VJs.
Because the video,
Because the video part of it.
Got
you
paid
see?
more.
It's very, very clever.
All right, 4-1. Jay needs a comeback here, and it is back to Jay.
Jay, who hosted the PBS television program The Joy of Painting?
It was Bob Ross.
Bob Ross is right. Jay's on the board. That's good. 2 he's got. But Kenzie's got 4, so next one wins. Oh, boy. Kenzie.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Henson is primarily known as the creator of what popular troupe of characters? Jim Henson.
I don't know.
Take a guess?
A troupe of characters.
Yes. 3.
Jim Henson. I don't know, like anime or something? I don't know.
And not anime. Jay, do you know?
Is it the Three Stooges?
Oh, no. It's the Muppets. Jim Henson created the Muppets. All right. Who's it back to, Jay?
It's back to Jay. He's got 2.
Jay, what best-selling children's book opens with the following lines? I am Sam, Sam I am.
Green Eggs and Ham.
Green Eggs and Ham. Jay's making a comeback, has 3.
Yeah, there you go. He's a big literary guy.
Great book.
Oh, one of my favorites.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
You really got to get the Cliff Notes to understand it, but you know.
A lot of people only go surface level on Green Eggs and Ham.
Yes.
All right, back to Kenzie. She can win it with a correct answer.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Kenzie, are you ready?
Yeah.
What paper towel brand is known as the Quicker Picker-Upper?
Bounty.
Bounty! Dang it. Oh, Jay. Jay. I'm sorry.
It is all right. I'm just happy to play, in all honesty.
All right, now I'll text you what Pokemon you have to get a tattoo of since you lost.
Please do. And if you know what? If you guys want, I'll even come into the studio and get it done.
There you go. That's fun.
Wow. I don't know if we want responsibility for that.
It seems like it'd be loud.
Well, I'll pick a good one, though. This will be like something that's worth,
Yeah, but he'll sue later. You know what I
Jay,
mean?
are you going to sue us?
I'm still friends with the dude that got me the Magikarp, so you
See?
guys will be good.
We have audio that he's not going to sue us.
Yeah.
Come on.
I've heard that before. All right, but here you go. Hang on. Actually, don't hang on. Hang up. Because when we come back after Shinedown, everybody listening has a chance when you're God Bless the Baby to win the tickets for the NASCAR Chicago Street Race just 3.5 minutes away.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So, Case's movie reviews every Friday at 8 o'clock. This started way back when I would make movie references for the last several years, and Case just didn't get them, and I got so frustrated. Eventually he said, you've got to start watching big movies, and we'll do it every week. You review it from the lens of a 25-year-old guy We'd only seen Boys in the Hood before we started this. But now he's seen the big movies, a lot of them, like Shawshank and Back to the Future. He's seen Braveheart.
Roadhouse.
The Matrix.
Saving Private Ryan.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. The Mummy.
The Mummy. Last week it was Mallrats because in honor of Riot Fest.
A bit of a different tone with that one.
Yeah.
Not exactly Saving Private Ryan, even though I enjoyed Mallrats more.
But Karate Kid, 40 years ago tomorrow it came out, so he got to watch. And I'm so jealous with these movies. I got to see Karate Kid for the first time ever. So we take you back as we always do. We play the movie trailer from 40 years ago when Karate Kid came out before we get to Case's review.
For Daniel LaRusso,
Is this the only pool you guys got?
the future seemed far from terrific
This place is a dump. You should go back to New Jersey. Hey, I know it's hard, but we're not quitters, are we?
until he met the right girl.
Hi. She's beautiful. I say she's beautiful. I think she's beautiful. Is that your address? You got it.
But that only angered the wrong guy. Then, in one man, he found a teacher.
I promise, teach karate.
And a friend.
Fighting, always last answer.
In the end, it will be in Daniel's hands. In his body. And most of all, in his mind.
Concentrate, focus, power. Remember balance. No mercy.
Columbia Pictures presents The Karate Kid.
Hey, what kind of belt do you have?
Canvas. You like? J.C. Penney, 398.
Did you already said there at the end?
Well, yes, but like I also love that the guy's just narrating the entire thing, and then after that, and then at the very end, it's like, wait a minute, did you pull up a trailer or a cliff notes?
You got the whole movie in a minute 6.
He liked a girl. They got mad. He met a teacher. He fought him at the end. What the hell?
Again, movie trailers were so much better back in the day.
Let me just say off the bat, before I share any other thoughts on the movie, my favorite line of the movie is, what kind of belt is that? Canvas, J.C. Penney, 390. That's the funniest line of the entire movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's a home run.
Mr. Miyagi had some lines.
Oh, boy, did he. All right, you guys ready?
We're ready for this. So I'm nervous, as always, with movies like this that I, cherish from my childhood, that you, of all people, to judge basically my life, I feel like you're judging on this movie. So get right to it.
Oh, boy.
Karate Kid. Give us your review and your stars at the end, or I don't know, karate chops or whatever the number of karate chops it is out of 10.
There you go. Karate Kid, 1984, raises the question of whether or not I can properly identify the good guys from the bad guys, because after watching this movie, I desperately want to be a part of the Cobra Kai gang.
Oh, no.
To me, they are the real winners of this movie. I guess let me try to paint a picture as to where I was when I was watching this, the headspace I was in.
Yes.
I see Daniel, who is I guess 15-year-old or 16-year-old who looks 11, who is obsessed with living in Newark, New Jersey, which is a weird thing for a teenager to want to do.
Bad place.
He's forced to move out to Reseda, California.
Reseda.
And he just kind of sucks.
What?
That's my whole thing with this movie. Now, I like this movie. I like this movie a lot.
That's good to know.
But nothing about Daniel did I find to be particularly charming or likable. And when I look in the mirror and ask myself, do I want to be the scrawny guy that loves New Jersey, or do I want to be in the dirt bike riding karate gang? I'm going to side with the dirt bike riding karate gang every single time.
Well, morally, this movie challenged you. Mm-hmm. Not you personally, everybody. Everybody, because Johnny is amazing.
He's the coolest.
So cool.
I can't believe he's not.
But he's mean.
He's very mean.
Yeah, but I also, maybe it's justified, because here's what I thought. Because
his meanness is justified, Kenzie.
Because Daniel moves out to California, and I was blown away by the fact that he moves there, and in a day he's already been invited to a beach party and is like trying to assert dominance over the friend group. Back down just a little bit. He acts like he's Ronaldo on the beach with all of his soccer moves, and he keeps on side-eyeing Allie with an eye, and it's a lot for a new kid. It's a lot.
He's not allowed to hit on somebody?
It's just learn your place here, okay?
He's not allowed to try to fit in?
No, because it happened too quick. He tried to assimilate too quickly.
Just because you get mad because you lived in Indiana for 18 years and didn't get invited to a party doesn't mean you can be mad at him because he went one of the first days.
That's a very
actually
astute observation,
It
Kenzie.
is, because I started thinking about I didn't move when I was a kid. I only moved when I moved to Chicago to go to college, and I didn't talk to anybody for like my first 3 weeks of college.
Because you have respect.
I was just trying to figure out the lay of the land. I didn't want to ruffle any feathers.
Someone invited you to a North Avenue beach party and you didn't get over there because I can't go now. It's too early.
Well, I can't look at a girl if I go there either.
You have no idea how true what you just said was. That is a separate story.
And I'm sorry I'm correct. I don't want to be correct on that.
I'm blown away by the character of Daniel on a few different fronts. There are a few things that I noticed in this movie. One of which is that for being a teenage boy, he is way too close with his mother. I found their relationship to be so odd. There's the scene where they're in the restaurant, and like, you got to remember, this is a 16-year-old kid, and you think about how moody and antagonistic and secretive teenagers are, and she goes, "Oh, do you have your eye on anybody?" And he starts waxing poetically about the beauty of Allie with an eye, and it's like, hey man, not in front of your mom. Don't do this right now. It's deeply uncomfortable to watch.
It's not like he said no because I want you. And he's talking about another woman.
He starts making out with his mom.
He's talking about somebody else. What's the big deal?
She's a poor single mother that brings the kid out there. That's why they have a better bond.
Well, against his will.
Yeah, no, because she had no job in Newark. They have a better life in Reseda.
I heard all about it. I know. Trust me, I heard her sob story.
Their dad bailed out on him because he was an a-hole.
Uh-huh.
So,
yeah, God forbid he talks to her when the dad left and abandoned. God forbid anybody in her life cares about her, okay? So I'm sorry that bothers you.
I actually really like the mom. I just think Daniel has a weird mommy obsession. I think the later in life he goes, there's going to be more and more issues with his mom, and like if he and Allie with an eye get married, I don't know if that happens in the sequels.
I like how every time you're saying Allie with an eye, because that's in the introduction scene on the beach.
She's a badass. That's the other thing I want to talk about is she's like super cute and super fun, and Daniel's like isn't even in her stratosphere. I don't buy for a second that they're an actual couple.
I like early text coming in here. Adam from 630. Yes, Case. Daniel was a little bitch. He played the victim and then had an F with Johnny whenever he could.
Like, okay, I'm glad he brought that up because, okay, so Daniel hits on Johnny's ex-girlfriend, which there's the great line where one of the Cobra Kai guys like, I thought they were broken up. And the other guy goes, well, she broke up with him. He's not over it or something like that. It was like, oh, that's real.
How's that Danny's fault?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
No. Because Daniel then antagonizes Johnny on the beach. He gets in the way of the radio argument where they're fighting over Allie with an Eye's radio.
Now, you're forgetting that Johnny antagonized him first, came at him.
Hey, I don't know. If a guy on a dirt bike came up to me, I'd probably just do what he said. I feel like, again, we're glossing over the cool dirt bike guys here. Maybe they should just run the town.
I think you're in love with Johnny.
A little bit. And then after
I don't know if you want to sleep with Johnny or Allie. Yeah. Good Lord.
And I understand it, but I actually understand it.
But at soccer tryouts, Daniel just unloads on these people. He's like Ron Artest in the soccer tryouts. It's completely inappropriate the way that he acts. Of course he was kicked off the team.
He's trying to make the team.
And then he punched somebody in the face.
It's a tryout.
Yeah.
He's supposed to suck?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not allowed to try out for the team. He's not allowed to foot at the beach. He's doing whatever the dirt bike guy says. And he can't date anyone's ex.
Well, he can't date
No
Allie.
wonder he didn't want to leave New Jersey.
Yeah.
These rules are horrible.
That's right. Well, but Case's rules for the movie. That's
I
right.
know.
He can't be with Allie because Allie's super cool and super charming and wealthy. And Daniel is...
And wealthy.
And Daniel is a big old poor goober. He
Wow,
is
so now you're classes?
That better be
Case is like, well, rich women can't be with poor men.
That better be a takeaway today that Daniel from Karate Kid was a big old poor goober.
Who cared about his poor single mom.
They had to push start their wagon.
Oh, I saw.
Their station
loser.
Imagine rolling up in that jalopy thinking you can sleep with Allie with an eye. Not in my house. Not in my story.
Oh, this is the best Karate Kid review ever.
I
This
was
is
so
unreal.
bothered by it because Daniel might be the worst dressed movie character of all time.
He's poor.
Trust me, I know. He shows up to hit on Allie. He's wearing a flannel and camo pants. He's dressed like you at the Black Keys concert a few years ago.
That's fair.
Yeah, don't diss on camel pants. Do not diss on them.
I think their relationship is entirely ridiculous. And then it gets weird because there's a scene where they're at the country club and Daniel like falls into a spaghetti and meatballs meal.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did that. But everything after that up until the karate tournament, he's super mean to Allie with an eye. Like, they're at the arcade, and he's being a little bitch about it.
I will say, before you continue, that there is a great YouTube, I can't remember who did it, but showing how Daniel is the villain, the bully in the movie. But let's not get sidetracked on that right now. I want to continue this review. We're up against it here, because you wanted to have a separate segment about the karate tournament itself.
We haven't even talked about the karate and the Karate Kid. We've only talked about the kid so far.
You haven't mentioned Mr. Miyagi's name yet.
Apparently we should be called the poor kid, because that's all kids can focus on.
All we heard about is the poor kid and the cool-ass dirt bike guy.
Oh, God, he's cool.
All right, so Case's review of Karate Kid continues. Comment at 312-591-8300. Text in and share what you think so far of his review of Karate Kid. 40th anniversary is tomorrow.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.